Hey, so I might be different tomorrow. For those of you who are not clued in yet, um, life has been weird a little bit. Um, the past couple of years has been difficult on most people, if not all, and it has been different. I wouldn't say it's been particularly difficult for me compared to like other people. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who are much less fortunate than I am, and um, it has definitely been interesting, and it has come with several revelations that no one really expected. Maybe one of them was kind of not too big a hit, but the second one, the one I found out today, uh was not. Didn't see it coming. It kind of blindsided me a little bit. So, um, I just want to let you guys in, clue you guys in a little bit. But before we get to the big one, which is today's, um, maybe like 10% of you guys know that I've had some sort of a condition like my whole life. Those of you who know me from years and years ago, 20, no, I don't think, well, 30 years, yeah, maybe some of you, 30 years ago, you guys would know that I have some physical issues, yeah. Um, and well, that kind of got cleared up a little bit sometime last year. It for years, many years, my parents have been kind of struggling. I'm sorry if I'm not looking directly at the camera. I'm looking at my monitor just to look at my own face, make sure I'm in frame and I'm not looking too ugly. But anyway, yeah. It has been an issue that we've known about to some extent for many years. 1 second. Oh, you guys are gonna laugh at the irony of something like that happening. Anyway, when you guys find out later on. So physical difficulties, yeah. Sometime last year we finally found out what's wrong with me. We weren't looking for it per se, but someone like my mom, who's a doctor, by the way, for those of you who don't know. My mom and dad are both doctors, for those of you who don't know. My mom actually came across the information that kind of led us down the path to discovering that was exactly what I had, which is something called spinal muscular atrophy type 3. And this has been something I've had my whole life. So like I said, those of you who know me from my younger years would have seen firsthand like how the difficulties I had physically. I would say I've grown out of it mostly. I've grown out of needing to have all those functions intact, maybe. I mean, I get by. Let's just put it that way. All right. So spinal muscular atrophy type 3 is basically, tell you what, I won't attempt to explain this to you because I could in no way do it as well as you reading an article, because I'm not a medical professional in that sense. In any sense, actually. So yeah, you guys can go look it up. SMA type 3. Okay, you guys go look it up, and no big deal. I'm not. I might still have it. I mean, it's a condition, but it doesn't affect my day-to-day life. Let's just put it that way. So it's fine. It's whatever. Like, it would have been nice to have known, like to have been able to put a name to the thing years ago. Not sure if something could have been done. Probably not, but it is what it is, and life is gone on for me. I've done most of the things you do in life, more than expected, maybe. Early, from like those early days, we were thinking that it might have possibly been a bleak future, but it was not too terrible in that sense. Like, that part of it, at least, like the physical part of it, it's pretty okay. I'm pretty fortunate, I think. But this is coming from my side of it, okay? So like, I'm not sure like others, or like maybe some of you might have had suspicions or whatever, but I got another diagnosis confirmed earlier today. I got an initial diagnosis about week and a half ago, maybe 10 days. Yeah, between a week to 10 days ago, I got an initial diagnosis because I went and saw one specialist, and then they sent me to another specialist who did some further assessments, and then I came back to the first one, who officially diagnosed me today. And I have ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it, without the hyperactive part. So they're different. Again, I'm not the best person to explain this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video, and you guys are going to watch this video, which is going to be over this side, okay? And this is a channel called How to ADHD, and you will learn a little bit more about the condition. So this is... That is okay. Took a while. That one. That's the video. Go check our channel out if you guys are curious. The name of the channel is How to ADHD. It's pretty good, I think. It's a pretty good resource. Like, since I got the initial diagnosis, I've been binging their videos, and I think it's helping. We'll find out. But more than just getting information on ADD/ADHD. Whatever you choose to call it. I still call it ADD because I'm not hyperactive, but I guess it's ADHD with variant, sort of thing. Yeah, oh, okay, we gotta follow. Thank you. I got my diagnosis today, like official diagnosis, like in paper, and steps are going to be taken. I'm actually starting medication tomorrow. So I don't know how it's gonna be. It's gonna be interesting for sure. But we'll see. By the way, there might have been a. Never mind. I got distracted. I might have cut the video out. So like we played a video about a minute ago. If you guys didn't see me play a video that was on that side, there would be a link to the video somewhere, like there's a card or something. I don't know. I have to figure out how YouTube works with this. But anyway. So yeah, ADD. It kind of matches up, like, you know, after the first suggestion that it might be something I have. Did a lot of looking into it because I'm naturally curious, and I know a lot of people, a lot of content creators who have ADHD. Well, yeah, I guess whichever one it is, who have ADHD, and they talk about it pretty openly. And I've met a lot of people recently who, you know, after coming across their content, are very open about ADD and how it affects their life, how getting treated affects them, and it has made me very hopeful. So, you know, people, family members who are clued in, who know about the diagnosis, I've been worried about how this is going to affect me, whether it's like going to be, whether I take it in a bad way, like it's whether it I mean, it might cause people to be slightly down, like feeling down about it, but to me, I think it's good to know. It's actually a positive thing. It has cleared up it has cleared up some of the doubts in my mind that I had about myself, which was you know, I think that a lot of people who have ADD are before they get diagnosed appear to be like lazy or unmotivated, or just motivated in a different way from what they should be, and these are things that I thought about myself for years and years. I thought that, you know, I thought that there was a lot of okay, let's put it this way, there's a lot of self-blame going on. There's a lot of doubts, self-doubt. The test, in fact, revealed pretty convincingly that I have problems with self-concept with it, which is like self-esteem / knowing who I am, like identity issues, which is like, not sure if it's called imposter syndrome, but I don't think I've really had, like, imposter syndrome is, from what I think it is like someone who has success who doesn't believe that they deserve it, sort of thing. Whereas I feel that I've just been, maybe, I don't know, I don't think I'm exactly the most successful person by any measure, but I have some successes, but they're not like the ones that, maybe they're not the ones that I want, but they're, you know, maybe ones that people think are successes. So it's a point of view thing, maybe. So yeah, ADD. I go on medication in the morning. I'm recording this at almost 11 p.m. On the 2nd of March, Malaysian time. When I wake up tomorrow morning, I'm going to be starting medication, and what I am going to be taking is Concerta, which I think is pretty well documented, and a lot of people I know have had positive feedback on Concerta. And what Concerta is basically, all this is just information I got today from my therapist. Concerta is a slow acting. That's the one. Slow acting, slow release stimulant. What is it? Methylphenidate? I don't know, something. You guys can look it up. There's two different types of two different parts to go where ADD medication is concerned. So this one is like the methylphenidate thingy, and then there's the other one which is like amphetamine something. It sounds slightly illegal, but it's not apparently. It's like what Adderall is in the US. So for those of you in the US, you know about Adderall, and this is the other type, which Concerta is also in the US. So I'm going to be taking that, and I'm also I'm taking a low dose of Concerta because after talking to my therapist, I'm also going to be taking something called Ritalin, which is also pretty well known, but that's going to be like middle of the day sort of thing. So I'm going to be taking a lower dose, which is going to give me a little bit of a boost from the morning, and then towards the peak of when I need to be more focused on what I'm doing is when the Ritalin comes into the picture. That's somewhat like, that's the plan basically for now. So I had an appointment earlier today, 2nd of March. I have a follow-up appointment in a week, so you're gonna see how it goes. 1 week of medication. My therapist is gonna look at me again, and we are gonna reassess what the medication is doing for me, what it's not doing for me. Hopefully, it gives me some sort of grip on where I want to take my life, what the things I need to do, the responsibilities I need to perform. There's a lot of them. It's tough. So yeah, that's that. They're not. So the two things, right? SMA, spinal muscular atrophy, and ADD are both somewhat related. One's physical, the other one's mental, but they're both kind of development conditions. In the sense that it was underdeveloped, like particular parts of my growth were underdeveloped. One was like more towards like muscular, and the other one is a mental thing, right? So they're somewhat related in that sense, but one of them is more worrying than the other. But yeah, by the way, on the spinal muscular atrophy, pretty sure my son doesn't have it, like, because it's supposed to show symptoms by the age of 3 or 4, and he's almost 6, and he's like, I think he's pretty good. He's pretty okay. Like, I was a very different creature from what he is. My energy levels were very different. My ability to, like, physical abilities were very different from what he is right now. So I think that's not really a concern. Like, we're not worried about that. Whereas the ADD part of it, we haven't taken him in for assessment yet. Still thinking about it, whether we want to or not, because it is something that gets passed down genetically, so it is a possibility for sure. So it might be something that we think about later on down the road. How much of him not paying attention when we try to teach him stuff, how much of that is being a kid, and how much of that is a condition, we have yet to decide. So my whole purpose of making this video is basically like, I feel that it's there's nothing wrong with being open about it. There's too much of a stigma especially in our society, in Asian Eastern societies. Like, there's a stigma where mental health is concerned, and I think there shouldn't be. I'm sure that I'm sure that in a lot of cases, parents don't want to think about their children being slow or having mental issues, but and they would rather like push their children, like how it was for me, given a very, very rigid structure of how to plan my day out, and they would rather do that to ensure success in their children. And it probably would be able to do that to a certain extent until the child is out there on their own, and then they don't know how to make that structure for themselves. So that's somewhat, I think, what happened with me. Once I didn't have structure, that's when I had more issues coping with responsibilities. So yeah, so I think that it should be talked about more. People should have more open discussion, and I am definitely planning to keep the discussion going. This is the initial reveal, right? I want to see how it's gonna affect the content I put out from now on, how it's gonna affect the way I live my day-to-day life. And I think my intention is to document it as much as I can. So if you guys want to know what's going on, book me a little bit, like send me a message. If you guys have my phone number, text me, tell me, hey, you haven't updated us in a while, what's going on, what the heck, don't leave us out in the dark, sort of thing. Let me know. I will try to keep a schedule for myself. It comes with the territory of ADD that schedules are not adhered to. Like, you can make a schedule, 2 days later it's not followed anymore, sort of thing. It's just the way it is, and it's a little bit of a relief that it wasn't something else. Like, it is something that can actually be helped. Like I've always felt like I'm meaning to do my best. I'm trying, but it doesn't look like I'm trying to other people, but the struggle's all in here. So people don't see that. And I'm gonna talk about masking in the next video, because this is something that it blew my mind when I learned what masking was, and I realized that it was a thing. And so that's probably going to be the next video, because that was one of the biggest revelations for me, like finding out about masking. So that will be the next one. hopefully within a week I'll try to put it up, because this is new. Things are gonna be different. Well, if they aren't different, you'll never see another video. If they are different, you will. So let's find out. It's my journey. Whether I like it or not, it's the path that I'm taking. Hopefully it takes me places that I want to go, and not the other way around. So yeah, if you guys stuck through this whole video, thank you very much for sticking through. I ramble on, and I tend to ramble on when I don't plan things out, and I don't plan things out because plans have never worked for me. Like, I plan something out and it never goes through. Like, it goes first step, all right, second step, all right, third step, maybe later, and then like it just falls through. So I never plan things out because it never works out. Maybe it might be different now. You'll see. I'm going to be doing a little bit of prescribed medication, and we will pray for the best. Pray for me. I hope things work out. If you guys want to reach out, I don't know. It's tough for me to say if you guys want to reach out, because I've been very bad at reaching out. I've been very bad at doing social media recently. It's been weird. So I mean, yeah, send me messages. That's the best thing. If you want to share the video, whatever, like, yeah, go ahead, share it. I mean, it's it's really anything. Like, I'm not sure where this channel is gonna go. I hope that I can do better. We'll see. I have become very used to not relying on myself. No, what's the word? Not having expectations. I've become very used to myself not having expectations / being let down by my own expectations. So I hope that comes to an end. Let's see. Let's hope. I'm praying, guys. I'm really trying. I hope it works out. So yeah, okay, thanks guys. That's it for now. I will hopefully see you guys in a few days. Finally, one last look at the camera. It's tough to look at the camera. I don't know how many of you guys actually make videos. It's very weird. It feels so weird to look at the camera. Eye contact is, yeah, painful. Bye.